All right, let's focus on the agenda, legislative agenda for next year, and it's pretty simple: wage increases, benefits, domestic manufacturing, made in the USA. I mean, can you touch on some of this? And this is a two-part question here. We got a little change happening in Washington. We have a Republican-controlled House. The Senate still Democratic. Talk to me about your agenda and how you see it happening with the changes in place, Greg.
Sure. Well, a lot of it, I think there's a broader theme about what we're looking for moving forward. A lot of it is about leveraging the money that is going to be going out the door with the infrastructure law, with the Inflation Reduction Act, and making sure that we are applying the most stringent labor protections, the most stringent Buy America protections to all of that money so that we are going to realize the full economic benefit of all of this really good federal spending. And what that means to me, the full economic benefit to me means more good union jobs. So that this money is not going out the door and actually subsidizing, foreign manufacturers or subsidizing or going to low road, labor models, whether it be in construction or whether it be in operations, so that we have more and more people going to low wage, low benefit jobs. All of this money needs to go towards growing our economic base, providing more pathways to the middle class, providing more union jobs for individuals in this country, and ensuring that there is growth all around and that everybody is going to benefit from the spending. In addition to, of course, having modern, newer transportation networks in this country.
Yeah. Well, I know the Biden administration had these policies, and they were just astronomical here as far as what they were able to accomplish in the first couple of years. With the going back to saving our pensions, to the Inflation Reduction Act, the CHIPS Act, and obviously infrastructure to what you're talking about here. Now, I know the administration kind of mandated like prevailing wages. They're definitely pushing to the unions and all that. Can that be changed now because of the change in the House leadership? Can they alter those work rules that we're talking about here?
Well, let's look at. First of all, we have the backstop of any changes would need to be done with both chambers of Congress approving it, and we are going to always have this backstop at least for the next 2 years in the Senate. But more importantly, if you look at the margin in the House, right now it's projected to be like a 4-seat margin. Four-seat Republican majority. And as much as Democrats are where most of our support comes from, we also are pretty good as a labor movement about establishing some relationships with Republicans. And certainly I can count to, probably close to 10 that we could get to block, things like any gutting of labor standards of Buy America or Davis-Bacon or 13C and other core labor protections. I think we have an ability to reach across the aisle and explain to people how this benefits their district. And we have a number of Republicans, including people like Brian Fitzpatrick in Pennsylvania or Don Bacon in Nebraska, who have been vocal about their support of unions and vocal about why they vote the way they do, that it actually benefits their constituents, their communities. And, it's up to us right now to grow that base in the Republican Party and make sure they understand how we're not here to hurt them or their communities. On the contrary, when we're stronger, their communities are stronger. And I think that we have an opportunity to really show that we can, make partnerships and make allies in every part of the federal government.
Makes a lot of sense to me. Got to work on both sides of the aisle because that's exactly what the American people want. They want progress in America. They don't want to go backwards. Greg Regan, president of the Transportation Trades Department of the AFL-CIO. For more, go to ttd.org. That'll be it for another edition of America's Workforce.